and welcome back everybody to Make It Mental. Today's video is about these body posts that you kind of see here. Custom made, well, so sort of. But what I really want to get at today is because of this panic that we have over a virus that is actually less deadly than the common flu, you may or may not have to do this, but I think this is a worthwhile lesson in learning how to make parts, simple parts. And because shipping may be delayed or you may not get parts for your current RC vehicle, learning how to make certain things could allow you to continue in your hobby or other useful aspects of your house. YouTube is an awesome source of information. You want to find out where the crankshaft position sensor is on your car. You want to know how to light the pilot light on your stove or your furnace. YouTube is freaking awesome because there are, as you probably already know, thousands of people, if not millions, who upload videos. And so what I want to share with you is these body mounts that I created. And first, let's talk about it here. These are extended Tamiya body mount kit that I bought from Amazon quite some time ago for Operation Caddy Hack. And what I did, because this body is so unique, the front obviously sits so much lower than the roof line. What I did is I trimmed down the front a little bit until that body got to sit somewhat level, like you see it on the bottom of the chassis there. And then I put a little dot with a Sharpie, on the body, a little dot with a Sharpie. Then I slowly took off a couple of pieces, and what I mean by a couple of pieces is, so if you're looking at this guy here, aim it so there's light poking through it here. Let's see, now it's all twisted. Come on, fingers. As I counted X amount of holes where I thought it would start, and I'd trim it off, and I'd trim off a couple more, until the body sat level. And then now my bumper is sitting inside where I want it to be, my foam bumper. You may or may not have seen part of that. You may not have. And the rear is almost at full length. I only had to take a couple notches off there. And so let me show you how I made that, because it's not exactly what you think. So here you're looking at the back side. I'm using aluminum mount from a WL Toys modification kit. This is metal on the rear because I happen to have one. And what I've simply done, as you can see right here, is I've cut a piece of scrap ABS plastic. This is the same stuff I use for the chassis. Later on, at the very last video, I'll post a link to where I got this. But you'll have one long rip. If you cut it the way I did, you'll have one long piece about 4 inches wide off the front, and you'll have another piece that's about 4 inches wide off the back from a rectangular sheet of ABS. So I've been using that where I need to. So I cut it, and I marked it to fit these holes, and I drilled it ever so precisely where this is a friction fit. Right? This is a friction fit. There's no screws holding this in place. And I think I'm going to keep it that way in the event of an accident or rollover. And what you see right here is a foam. And that was from the foam bumper that I've trimmed down. Here's a piece of it here. I just cut off a small piece and drilled a hole in it. And that's what you see here and here. And then I held it in place with a bobby pin. So it's really quite simple. Just push it up a little bit tight till you get a hole that creates, a little bit of tension, a little bit of rigidity. On the front side, I did something a little different because I had some leftovers. Let's see if I can brighten this up a little bit. It seems like I'm always having this issue. I had some leftovers of these donuts, and I just simply stacked 2 of them. All these really do is stop the body from rattling, and they help with the elevation of your body, help you set the desired ride height of the body, I should say specifically. So this is basically a foam donut. I call it a donut. There might be a more technical name than that, but I have a couple of these left over. So I use those in the front, and again using small body pins to anchor it down. So, get creative. Don't be surprised if you can't find certain parts available. I would highly recommend, if you have the availability, to get metal gears for your favorite car, shocks, maybe steering linkage or custom linkage like you see there. These are, I believe these are M2s or maybe M2.5. Then you find the corresponding joining pieces right there. These could be 20 millimeter or 25 millimeter. I don't know. They come in various lengths. I got an assortment of them a long time ago. Then I think this is a 6 millimeter ball. So you're going to pop out the little brass ends if you want to, like I did, or you can just use like an M2 screw and run straight through there with a little lock nut down at the bottom for the Loctite. But that's how you're going to do it, man. Yeah, so get in the habit of making certain parts for your car or making a chassis as I did. Either way, this is going to be a worthwhile endeavor because I don't see this virus thing going away anytime soon. In the worst case scenario, if this car doesn't work, and it would be because of the suspension, is because I want the suspension to be part of the plastic. I want it to be the plastic that acts as the spring if it breaks. Worst case scenario is we put articulating suspension in it, which is no big deal. So just take your time. There's no hurry. Make it right. Make it serviceable. Keep everything in mind that you want to be able to get at. Make it serviceable. You could easily put screws somewhere, or you could easily glue it down. Think about it before you do it, because it may hinder your ability to service your vehicle. So be cautious of where you apply glue, where you don't apply glue. Just think things through, man. Take your time.